they fear that up to 100,000 people possibly passed away in the Venezuelan earthquakes.
Hi guys, welcome back again to this very quick video. It's a very sad one, and me knowing fully well that a lot of people are out there praying for their lives. People are out there homeless, a lot of destructions, and while a lot of things are quite terrifying is happening right now in Venezuela. Not just Venezuela. I don't know if you guys know that 4 major earthquakes hit Venezuela, Japan, California, and the information has it that it's up to 7.5 magnitude. It is scary. People are sending down prayers across to people living in those affected areas, and why they showed us some of the videos, the footages, and how this whole thing looks like. To be very honest with you, it is very terrifying. It is very concerning, and I don't know why this keeps happening. A lot of people are still tagging it to spirituality. Why it is end time, the earth is bleeding, a lot of cleansing needs to be done. You know, Christians will always have something to say, right? I'm going to take you guys to the videos I'm showing right now. If this is your first time coming across my face again today, my name is Julie. You are welcome to Julie Has to React. Please do not make your last by subscribing, and remember, we do not support any form of bullying or harassment. This content is for educational purposes and, of course, creating awareness on the recent trends happening on social media. Please watch these videos.
4 major earthquakes hit Venezuela, Japan, and California all in the same day. In Venezuela at 5 p.m., you had a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. And then right after that, at 6 p.m., you had a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. And that was from the aftershock. And then we go to Japan, 6:30 p.m., 6.9 magnitude earthquake. And let's not forget California. That happened at 11:10 a.m. It was the smallest one, but they're saying it was a lot of damage. 5.6 magnitude earthquake. And you have to remember that all of this happened in less than 24 hours. Mother Nature must not be happy. You had thousands of people lose power in California. Mind you, this is the largest earthquake in that region since 1940. You got buildings falling. You got people losing their lives. They're saying that in Venezuela, the death rate could be anywhere from 10 to 100,000. You heard what I just said? They said 100,000 people could have lost their life in those earthquakes in Venezuela. Matter of fact, look at this shit. Listen, this is scary, man, and this happened in 3 different places. Earthquakes this large. You tell me nothing wrong with that. I'm out.
What the fuck just happened in Venezuela? This is so bad. Literally 39 seconds apart, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake and then a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Venezuela. United States Geological Survey warned that the casualties could reach in the thousands. This is one of the worst series of earthquakes Venezuela has ever experienced since the 1800s, people. Obviously, this is not normal at all. And what's even more insane is the fact that a 6.9 earthquake in Japan happened simultaneously to these double earthquakes. I just want to point this out, okay, because if there are 2 that are of that severity back to back like that, you can only unfortunately expect more to occur. Venezuela sits along a complex and active tectonic boundary where the Caribbean plate interacts with the South American plate, creating a zone of frequent earthquakes across the country's northern region. Not just that, but an area of Northern California experienced its biggest earthquake, like you can see here, since 1940. Lucy Jones, a veteran California seismologist, said that this was the biggest earthquake in nearly 9 decades in the region, which is not on a major fault. Keep in mind, just recently, according to a study by researchers at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, the San Andreas Fault and San Jacinto Fault Zone have reached their highest stress levels in 1,000 years. The Earth is clearly awakening, and it feels as if we are inching closer to a major event occurring than ever before.
Reporting to you live from Willits, California, on the morning of Wednesday, June 24th, where we have experienced a very large earthquake. Half of the town's power is out, ours isn't, thankfully. But yeah, the earthquake was the strongest one I've ever felt since I've lived in Northern California for the last 12 years.
I need everyone to pause for a second, because while most of us are scrolling, there are people in Venezuela right now who may be digging through rubble with their bare hands. Families searching for loved ones. Parents looking for children. Children waiting for parents. And I know the numbers being shared online are terrifying. Some reports are saying the death toll could rise dramatically. But before we argue about the numbers, before we turn this into another headline, can we just remember these are people, real families, real homes, real lives changed in seconds. One moment they were eating dinner, sleeping, working, praying. In the next moment, the ground beneath them moved. That should shake all of us. So tonight I'm asking you to do something simple. Pray.
The images coming out of Venezuela right now are absolutely devastating. Venezuela is a country that was already collapsed before today. An earthquake of this magnitude in a country where infrastructure has not been developed or modernized in 30 years, a country that's under a corrupt and inept dictatorship that does not have the ability or the will to help the thousands of people who are suffering right now and cannot find their loved ones. To give you guys some perspective, the historic earthquake in Caracas in 1967 was a 6.8 magnitude earthquake. Today, the second earthquake registered at 7.5. Venezuela cannot handle what's going on. Please pray for Venezuelans and keep these suffering people in your heart today.
I saw tonight that Venezuela had two, not one, but two 7.0 or greater earthquakes. Ain't that something? How is it that Jesus saw all of this 2,000 years ago? How could he tell us what to be looking for? We know that these are birth pains. Us who are watching and waiting as he commanded us to do, we know what's coming. And I'm talking to the church, the body of Christ. We know what this means spiritually. You're seeing two devastating earthquakes hit within 1 hour. That ain't no coincidence. We know what hour it is. And Christ is soon to come and take his church.
We're witnessing absolute catastrophe and horror in Venezuela, where in the past several hours, two magnitude 7.0 earthquakes and higher have struck. And according to the U.S. Geological Survey, we could see casualties anywhere from 10,000 to potentially over 100,000. The scenes you're witnessing are videos taken from the Caracas airport in the capital of Venezuela. Smoke is billowing throughout the terminals as the airport is literally being destructed in real time by these earthquakes. You had the first earthquake that was 7.2 magnitude, which is extremely strong, followed by an aftershock that was even stronger, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake aftershock. And the people of Venezuela tonight are extremely suffering. And as a reminder, the infrastructure in Venezuela is not built to withstand, in many places, earthquakes of this magnitude. So please join me in saying a prayer for the people of Venezuela tonight. I'll have more updates for you soon. Absolute horror and catastrophe tonight. Follow for more.
Hi there, friends. Thank you so much for every single person who has reached out asking if my family is okay. Most of my family lives in Maracaibo, which is not near the area where this very terrible earthquake hit in Venezuela. If you don't know it, Caracas and other regions of my home country have been affected by a powerful earthquake. It is the strongest our country has seen since the early 1900s. Again, my family is okay. However, I know the situation has been critical in other areas, specifically near La Guaira and the international airport of Maiquetía, which is near Caracas. Some buildings have collapsed. We do not know yet what the human toll and the entirety of the effects of this earthquake. But just wanted to stop by and say that thank you and that my family is okay. Of course, I will be following this story very closely. There were two earthquakes, very strong, both of them affecting my home country, specifically the center of the country where the capital is. I will be keeping you guys updated as we keep learning more information.
They fear that up to 100,000 people possibly passed away in the Venezuelan earthquakes. And there are also 4 major earthquakes that happened just today. And in 1 minute, I'm going to show you something very, very odd that has a whole lot to do with this. So in the background throughout the video, I'll be showing you different parts of Venezuela. Y'all, this is just absolutely insane. The frequency is going absolutely crazy. I mean, the Schumann frequency alone over the last 2 weeks has been completely obnoxious. And you can feel it if you're anything like me, not be able to sleep, foggy-headed, zoned out, sleeping too much even. Frequency manifests on Earth in different ways. Earthquakes, volcanoes, things like warming in the ocean, even just the air, like France had its hottest day ever. The particles in the air, more friction, it's all frequency. Truth Seeker sent me this picture from the FIFA World Cup, whatever that was, and they had this right here in their open ceremony, and the first thing I thought was, that looks, like that earthquake map, the Great Madrid earthquake and the solar eclipses or the lunar eclipses in that one spot. Just getting rough. Pray for Venezuela. As far as the frequency is concerned, I'll drop a video tomorrow helping you guys with brain fog. And I just did one today, a subscriber video on herbs and how I use them. Like I always say, everything is frequency.
Check this out. There were 2 earthquakes today in Venezuela, a 7.2 and a 7.5.
Ya pasó. ¿Qué pasó? Ya, vamos a por la escalera. Baja por la escalera. Baja. Vamos abajo. Vamos abajo. Amareli, se está cayendo esta mierda. Mierda. ...45 segundos... ...se rompieron las cosas, Amareli. Mierda.
It's just another example of how powerful Mother Nature really is. I mean, San Felipe, look at where the epicenter is at. I've never been here, but the way the ground was shaking so violently, and there's footage all over the internet. Baseball games, people scared and running out in the middle of the street. This is a huge and scary situation to be in, and seriously, I wish nothing but the best to all the people who've been impacted by this.
What I would like to say here is that I'm a very spiritual person and I believe a lot in spirituality. I believe that the things happen in spirit's realm first before it appears physical. Then let's talk about this earthquake and some videos and footages I've seen. According to the report, they said people are experiencing massive blackouts on those affected areas. Most of the structures are being brought down. I was watching CNN this morning and a survivor made a video. He talked about, he was there, not a video. So he posted on CNN Live and they were interviewing him from his space, from his end. And he talked about how the wife has been unalived by this earthquake, that he got saved by the elevator. I don't know the story behind it, but he was just saved by grace. And a lot of people around him could not make it. They're talking about the fact that over 700 people have been injured. I think so. They're talking about the fact that a lot of people are dead, like 32 to 35 or thereabouts, injured people. A whole lot is going on, and it's actually very sad that it is not really trending the way it should trend. We're expecting a lot of news outlets to like report on this whole thing so that people in affected area can get help and probably get ways around it, because like I said before, a lot of buildings have been affected. People are homeless. So let us send our prayers across to people in Venezuela, Japan, California, and other places that the earthquake has been affected. Information has it that in Japan, I think it's about 6.5 to 6.9, but then in Venezuela, it is 7.2 to 7.5 magnitude, which is way too high. And then let's talk about the spirituality aspect of it. I've seen videos where people that are Christians talks about how you need to give your life to Christ, you need to prioritize anything that has to do with God, because it's been in the Bible that during end time revelation, there are a lot of things will start coming up, which includes end time, what's it called? A lot of vices that we are seeing right now, right? With the issue of war, war is still on. They've not resolved. Iran and USA and Israel are still battling the whole thing out. A lot of earthquake, a lot of hurricane, a lot of weird things that are happening. But truth be told, I think last year we had a lot of weird things more than this year. It was last year that we heard that aliens are coming, 7 foot tall, people that look like me, but they are aliens. They're almost close to the earth. It was still last year that we saw Sea of Galilee turn red. Some animals were growing tentacles. Those ones are not meant to grow tentacles, like rabbits, green horns and tentacles, which is still in the Bible. I saw in Australia that the sky turned red. The Sea of Galilee turned red, which is blood red. And one thing with this NASA is that they always find a way to cover it up. I understand if they want to calm tensions around people, want to make you to feel comfortable and a little bit relaxed, but we still don't have to hide away from the truth or shy away from the truth, because the truth will definitely set us free. So people talking about the fact that this has a lot to do with end time, I don't blame them, because if you're a lover of God and if you read your Bible, is in the book of Revelation. During end time, a lot of things will start happening and people would target to, they told us these are the signs of end time, and every damn thing that is in the Bible has happened. Every damn thing, cities will start fighting against each other. It is not, is it not happening? A lot of earthquake. How can you have 4 major earthquakes in a day affecting so many cities? It's crazy, guys. Let's not forget to pray for Venezuela, Japan, California, and every other places that are not yet mentioned that is experiencing earthquake and all that. That's all I can say. I'm sending my love and flowers across to them, and I hope that they find help as soon as possible. Thank you guys once again for chopping until now. Let me know what you think in the comments. If this is your first time coming across my face again today, my name is Julie. You are welcome to Julie Has React. Please do not make your last by subscribing, and I'm gonna see you all in my next video. Stay happy, be kind, and be blessed. Bye, guys.